Yeah,
well,
but
there's talk today.
frame.
There's talk today that Man City and Spurs are going to end in the last week or so of the window are going to battle out for Eze.
We ain't getting him over.
Like,
Kate,
combine Luis Diaz,
Kate,
please.
Kate, what kind of battle would that be between Man City and Spurs for a player?
It will be Man City go in for him and Spurs go, all right, then you could have him. I mean, if City come in against Spurs, who are you going to pick? It's not rocket science, is it? And I don't see Spurs getting him. The reason we haven't got him is they want 50 million up front. And Daniel Levy probably had a heart attack at they even thought of that concept. So I think there's more chance of me flying to the moon than us getting Eze.
I hear you on that.
2-1.
2-1 with the super chats. No, I hear you. On Arsenal as well, Fabrizio has sort of followed on from Ornstein now and kind of reported this breakthrough that you're having with the Merino deal. Are you a little frustrated, Giuseppe, that it's kind of dragged itself and he isn't already in, or are you still quite relaxed? In a number of Gooners online, pretty frustrated that it isn't over the line as of yet.
I'm all right. It can get frustrating because you just want to see it done. And I think the thing that frustrates me more than anything is just having to read the constant bull crap on Twitter and stuff like that. That's why I stay away from Twitter now, because the amount of bull crap you read. For me, I'm calm. Once again, I've said Arsenal are in a place. Arsenal fans need to level up, in my opinion, with their mentalities. I swear to God, because Arsenal fans still right now have the mentality of us finishing 8th and that. Our team ain't like that anymore. Whoever we sign, for me, wouldn't really be starting the first couple games of the season regardless, because I think we stick with the first part of the season. Unless you sign an absolute superstar like a Declan Rice type signing, they don't really start first couple games of the season, because you let them embed in the team and find their way and that, and then you bring them in. We've got a good enough team to win our first couple games without them coming in. So I'm calm with it. Plus, if it means getting the best deal possible, I said, as long as it ends up getting over the line, I'll be fine. I don't need them to rush. As long as I get the signings I want by the end of the transfer window, I'm happy. Come the end of the transfer window now, if we don't have these players, that's when I'm going to be frustrated and annoyed and voice my opinion. But yeah, for me, I don't mind. Listen, I think it's going to happen. Again, the players said he 100% wants Arsenal. It's the team he wants, and that's it. So now, if he only wants us and he's only willing to go to us and he has a year left on his deal, now if they're asking for a bit more than we're willing to pay, well, we're going to hold out a little bit and say, listen, he only wants us. You're going to let him run down his cost. So that's how you bargain. That's how you go back and forth with transfers like this. You don't just give people, and I don't want Arsenal to just give them what they want and be happy with it. Like certain people just pay what they want, just pay what they want. I don't want that, because I want the best deal possible for my team, and I don't care what people say. It ain't my money. But spending less now means that in the future we can spend more money or stuff like that, and FFP reasons and stuff. So I'm happy with how we're moving with the Merino stuff, as long as we get him over the line.
I fully agree. And I think another perspective people need to look at is we saved a little bit of money on the Calafiori deal because we took a little longer. Now, if we do the same on the Mikel Merino deal, that's just frees up more money where we can make another signing this window and we can get that attacker that we're looking for. Now, if we do it the way that certain people want it, just get it done. Well, then in that case, we would have spent more money on Calafiori, because to get it done earlier, we would have just expected to pay whatever they wanted, and we would have got Mikel Merino sorted already, because we would have just paid more than what they wanted. And paying more for each signing, eventually it adds up, and you're just wasting money. If you just go to the negotiation table, you can always get better. And I fully agree. And the reference that I use is, does it matter, guys, if you have something that you want to buy and you know what you want and you get it done before the store closes, do you care that the store closes 2 minutes before you buy it?
If I've got a busy day, yeah.
I guess it depends. It matters what stage
it depends
you are
what you're
also.
buying. It depends what you're buying. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if my daughter's going to school and she needs a new pencil case, but I buy it at the end of the day, she's done a day with no pencil case, isn't she? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it depends what your club needs. Arsenal right now, as he said, with Jorginho fit.
By the way, my daughter has a pencil case for school already. She's fine. I don't send her to school carrying her pencils in her hand. No, I get where you're coming from. I've seen a lot of gooners online, though, that feel like you're buying meaty players, They feel like your club's being a disgrace for taking care of the pennies when it comes to PSR. How we got into this kind of trouble? Why are we trying to sell before we buy? Do you think that your club is behaving in the right way and essentially taking care of the pennies so the pans take care of themselves?
Yeah, I think that what people don't want to realize is Arteta's actually setting Arsenal to be successful for a long period of time. That's what he's trying to aim for. He don't want us to be good for 1-2 seasons and then all of a sudden we lose this player, we lose that player, and we're back down at 8th in square one with crap transfer policies and all that and a rubbish backroom stuff. They've wanted to change everything. This is how you start. You've got to start somewhere. Some things might frustrate you, but in the long run, in my opinion, they're the things that move your club up as a serious club.
Guys wanted Emerson Royale, remember, over Tomiyasu. They wanted Madison over Odegaard. They wanted friggin' Neto from Barcelona over Ramsdale. We wanted Lewis Dunk instead of Ben White. Like, it's if you listen to the fans, you're gonna find yourself.
But that's the thing. I think that's where like football fans have got to learn to be a little bit more. People are still so polarized. It's I haven't got what I wanted, so I am going to absolutely spit venom all over my football club. And the amount of time we're all wrong, the amount of times we're right, it is around 50-50. Maybe some people are right more often than they're not. But as you say, I remember that summer a few years ago where you signed White and Tomiyasu, and even the positive gooners. When I said I think you've had a good summer, going mental at me. No, we should have signed Buendia. We should have signed, as you say, Dunk. We should have got these guys. If you now fast forward, it's crazy. I always remember that famous thing. It was years back now. Lee Gunner posted where he wanted the likes of Ryan Fraser and the like. Now, at the time that opinion went out, Ryan Fraser was killing it. He was killing it. And we've all done it. You know, I remember when we signed Alex Telles. I thought Alex Telles was going to prove to be a world-class left back. We all make these predictions and get them wrong. But once you've been on the internet enough, whether you're just in the comments, whether you're just on Twitter, whether you show your face and make content as we do, whatever it is, there comes a point where you must start looking at it and saying, I'm going to give my opinion and I'm going to stand by it. But the level of polarization and toxicity that comes with it, with the amount of things have all got wrong by now, it strikes me as strange that we're still in that sort of 2016 mind space where this is all quite new to us. And I think a lot of people felt like I'd say it and I'm always right. Because maybe in your friends group, you think you're right. Because your friends don't really pull out receipts in that way. One person might, but you say things and it's just lad talk in the pub. The internet's different. The receipts are there. So I think people have got to learn to be a little bit less toxic with these things.
I think if you win one league title, Terry, I think if you win one league title, that might change how Arsenal fans trust levels in the club, because a lot of people still don't trust the club.
It won't with the toxic people. I'll tell you as to why. What they will then do is they will go, yeah, but this is what they'll do. I'm telling you this now, as sure as eggs are eggs. What they will do is go, it's one title in 5 years, though. I want more now. And say you don't win the title the next year, they'll say, he's won 1 out of 6 titles. They'll look for it, and it'll be whatever that is. What's 1 out of 6 as a percentage? Anyone know off the top of their head? Like what's that going to be?
It's like 17%. 17%.
Yeah, that'll be 17% of the time he succeeded, which means the majority of the time he's been a failure. That is what these people will do, and I'm calling it out now. Clip this up, and I know it. But Gal, you've seen my tweets. I've tweeted about Man United before when I go, all the negative United fans will love what's going on now until Bruno gets a new contract or a player they hate is kept and a player they love is sold. Then boom, then they turn toxic straight away. Because that is what negative people. That is what
remember last year?
Do.
Remember last year when Arsenal dropped points to Fulham at home? We're not winning the title. We're not going nowhere. That game, they said the season's done. It was mental.
Exactly. So it's what you'll get. Like 1-6 is there you go. So 16.66%. So and what you'll get people doing is go. So we've been. They'll basically say we have been a failure 84% of the time. I ain't happy. Raise your standards. That's exactly what will come out of their mouths. And what you won't get, and then what they will do is they'll set a percentage of what you've got to win, and they'll set it at a point which is almost unachievable and might have only been done by 2 or 3 clubs in a 5-6 year period in English football 2 or 3 times. But they'll set the standard here, and it's like they've done all the time with Arteta. He'll be sacked in 6 months. Won't make the top 4. He'll never get us into the title challenge. We won't sustain it next year. When he wins it, they'll move it. He'll never achieve. I see it happen to Cristiano Ronaldo his whole career. From the day he joined Man United until the day he started to decline, they just moved the goalpost. But you don't score enough of these goals. He's scoring them now. Yeah, but what did he do in finals? Oh, bloody hell, he scored all those finals. You know what? hasn't got a good record against Barca. Oh my God, he scored in the last 5 El Clasicos. Just keep kicking the can down the street. What you've got to learn to do is what I do. My favorite button is the mute button. And when people are negative about you as well, or you see them being negative about you, it's great because that becomes the block button. And the more of these people you mute and block, the nicer your timeline becomes. It's you can cleanse it. It's like washing your hair. Do you know? You youngers won't get this. When I used to go out when I was younger,
saying that.
You go out to a nightclub when I was younger. Kate will remember this, and it's probably going to be about it. Maybe Giuseppe. You'd come home, and in the morning, you would stink of cigarette smoke. It'd be in your hair, in your clothes. It's horrible. You showered, and like when you first got in the shower, it was horrible because you could taste all the nicotine, right? That's how I feel about cleansing my timeline sometimes. I like the challenge my football opinion. But you know the people that, it doesn't matter what you do, they're always going to be angry. What is the point of engaging with them? Mute and block is what I say. Viewers, make sure you hit the like buttons and the share buttons here. Fun fact, KDB since 2021 has scored 3 goals in the Champions League semi-final, which is more than Arsenal in their entire Champions League history. Cheers, Giuseppe and Digao. Big up.
So is Lucas Moura. But who cares?
Listen, listen.
Yeah, City have won it, Henry. I wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't fact checked that. I haven't fact checked that. Maybe it's true. But
you scored 1 goal against Man United in the semi-final over 2 legs. You must have scored when you got to the final in 2006 because you got to the final. You didn't win. You didn't win
on against Real Madrid. Omri did.
He scored a hat-trick against them. So if that's the
not
case,
in the semi-final.
I don't think that was the semis though.
I think that was the quarter. I was in the quarterfinals. I was in Manchester still when that was going, and it was quarterfinals. There we go. Save money on them too, and don't sign an attacker. No doubt they will say the right player wasn't available. Penny pinch, okay. I expect a top striker or winger at Arsenal.
Well, this is the thing, right? Everyone's saying penny pincher right now. No one's going to be saying that at the end of the transfer window. If we go and so, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why I say to people, I like to hush my gums until the end of the transfer window. Otherwise, you look like a clown. Because people that are moaning right now and going on and on and on will then come the end of the transfer window. For example, we may sign Merino, Gyökeres, and a winger. Even if it's Madueke or another winger or whoever it is, 30+ million, and then all of a sudden we've had a really good window, and everyone that's been moaning the whole time has just wasted their energies. Like the wasted energies is crazy.
If you sign Madueke and Merino and you finish that transfer window of Calafiori and those two, and City don't sign anyone, well, I think they will, but let's say they sign, I don't know, for argument's sake, hypothetically, Adeyemi from Dortmund. Do you think you'll win the league?